Hello, beautiful. Risa coming to you live on Friday for a little heart to heart. Today, we are talking about how to avoid disappointment. I thought that would be a good topic in lieu of the upcoming Valentine's Day. Type in, say hi if you're here, if you're on the recording, and let me know. Do you, like, how are you feeling around this holiday? Are you feeling like you're still expecting something? Are you worried? Does it feel like a disappointment? I'll tell you, Valentine's Day, right? It's supposed to be this big celebration of love and couples, which is all fine and wonderful if that's what you're experiencing. But I know for me, it really was just kind of a sore reminder of the love that I was not experiencing in my marriage, in my relationship. And so type in and share if you would. How are you feeling? Maybe it doesn't mean much for you. I know after a while it was kind of like just something to get through. Like it didn't really mean anything to me. And, I was married to a very nice man, and he would give me a card or maybe even get some flowers or something. But after a while, it was kind of empty. It just was like an empty gesture, because we didn't have that emotional connection. And so it really, it just really was just kind of rubbing salt in the wound. Right. And I just didn't even really want to celebrate that. And so what I want to share with you today is, just avoiding disappointment has to really do with our expectations. Because I know early on, I just wanted so much to try and create that connection, create that intimacy. And, for a variety of reasons, it just really wasn't working and ultimately did not work out. But I was hopeful, for a long time. And it just, still expecting someone to be able to show up for me in a way that they were not capable of doing. And so that is my definition of disappointment. And that's really what it is. When we're feeling disappointment, is because we have some sort of expectation that isn't being met. And that's really what it comes down to. And so what happened? So then after a while, I just stopped expecting, but I didn't stop wanting, and I didn't stop needing that love, that approval that I was looking for, that emotional connection. And so what I learned from my marriage was that I was really looking to someone else outside of me for that validation, that approval, that love, to be able to fill me up, to make me happy. I was looking for that someone else outside of me to make me happy. And what I've learned is that no one can ever do that for you, right? So I have been learning and enjoying all these years learning, how can I give that to myself, right? How can I be the love that I want, until I can feel that within myself, fill my own cup up, and bring to the table, like next time around, next relationship, when I'm ready, maybe in the not too distant future. I'm going to bring to the table me. I'm going to already be in love with myself. Maybe that sounds egotistical. I don't mean it to sound that way, but you know what we do? We have to just feel and be enjoying our own company and love ourselves up and, feel whole and happy within ourselves. And I always say that the relationship, we're like the cake, and the relationship's like the icing on the cake, right? And so can make your cake taste a lot nicer. It can accentuate your cake, but it doesn't take the place of the cake. Does that make sense? So my invitation for you around this Valentine's Day, let's make this an opportunity to love ourselves, to love ourselves up. If we're not experiencing that, we're not celebrating that love in terms of our relationship, it's okay. Let's turn our attention back on ourselves then. It's a celebration of love, the love that you are, and the love that we can bring, the love that we can bring to our relationships. And so my tip for today, my invitation for you is same as I share a lot. What's one thing I can do? What's one thing I can do for me today to make me feel good, to just enjoy myself? Maybe I'm gonna go outside and get a little bit of this gorgeous sunshine on my face. I'm definitely gonna do that. Maybe I need to take a nice hot bath. I don't know. Even if it's just a few minutes, maybe I need to stop and put my hands on my heart, take some deep breaths. What can you do? Type in and share with us. What's one thing you can do to just love yourself? And it's really, that's our first step. I know it sounds like a sort of a nice thing in theory. That's nice, Reese. I know, yeah, we hear that all the time, right? You got to love yourself before you can really love anyone else. It's true, but how do you do that? And so the first step, really, I think it's just if we can just focus on self-care, right? And so whatever that means, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, just small little baby steps. Because, that's a whole nother topic. But I think as women, and what I see with a lot of my clients, and even in my, with my experiences, that we just get very focused on taking care of everyone else and putting everyone else before us, which we can't really give what we don't have to give, right? We can't give from an empty cup. So I've learned a lot about the vitalness, is that a word? How vital it is for self-care. We've got it, even if it's just for a few minutes a day. I know, like, we're busy, we have a lot of responsibilities, right? But we can't neglect ourselves. We gotta we gotta really make that a priority. So we gotta figure out, even if it's just a few minutes in the morning, just to get the day started, is a really extra powerful time to practice self-care. It's just taking a few minutes in the morning to breathe and get centered and prepare yourself for your day before we get all involved in the to-do list. But type in and share with us if you have what's one thing you can do to care for yourself today. Even if I'm not celebrating the love that I'm sharing with my partner right now, I can still celebrate me, and I can do something to love myself up. So give this a thumbs up if it was helpful at all for you. And I know where if you're in your relationship, you're not happy and you're struggling, then I really want to invite you. I have another free masterclass I'm going to do next week. I really want to support you all around this Valentine's holiday. I thought it was especially appropriate if you're still, maybe you're trying to figure out if you can make it work, or maybe you're kind of already thinking that you're not so hopeful about it, but you're just feeling kind of stuck. And so I'm going to be doing another free masterclass. How do you know? How do you know when it's time to go? And so that's going to be next week, Thursday, February 17th at 7 Eastern. I'm going to pop in some information this afternoon. You can look for that. I'll have a link to register for that. And so it's going to just help you really get a little more clear about what direction you want to head in, and just how to navigate the challenges you're experiencing right now. So that, we don't have to feel stuck. We don't have to stay struggling with the question. It's just kind of a waste of energy, all that back and forth in our minds. So this is going to help get you just feeling a little more at peace and a little more clear. Right now we're going to talk about we're going to sort of hit the highlights. If you saw the 5-day training we did a couple weeks ago, I guess it was a couple weeks ago now, the 5 keys to know when it's time to go, we're going to hit the highlights of that. So it'll be a little bit of a review, but we're going to go deeper and really look at also the decision-making process and what really are the criteria for good decision-making. How can you make the choice that's right for you, and how do you know when it's time to if you decide to leave, how do you know when it really is time? How do you get to that point of real clarity, of 100% clarity, so that you know if you do come to that decision that you have no doubt that you're making the decision that you need to make to be able to move ahead in your life without any regrets or second guessing. Yeah. So watch for more information about that. We talk about what's not working. Can you fix it? What do you really need to be happy? And how do you make that decision? And how do you really know when it's time to do that? All right, darling. So I'm really excited to be with you live next week for that. Watch for information on that. And just remember to get the focus off your partner, off what's not working. And let's get it figured out. Come join me for the masterclass. Let's get it figured out. Either we got to figure out if we can make it work, we can make it feel good again, or let's figure out how we can release it if we need to do that and move ahead. So we don't need to keep struggling. We don't need to be stuck. I'm here to support you with that. So I'm excited about sharing that with you next week. Do something good for you. Love yourself up today. And lots of love and joy. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.